$80,000 for a designer gown? Of course you would. You'd want two of them. Or $15,000. Is that more like it? Today we'll show you how to dress like a million for a lot less. He is the Robin Hood of fashion. He steals from the top designers. You know this man. He's a rip-off artist. I'm telling you, he brings the couture line to the people that you live next door to, including yourself. Please welcome Victor Costa. Wait till you see these garments.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Show him, Victor. Hey, listen. We're going to show you his garment and then the garment he copied. All right? All right. Let's see. I believe first, Angie, come on forward here. Victor, give us a read here.
Well, you know, I go to Paris and I see those dresses that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I think, you know, why can't I do that? And ordinarily I do. Here's some French lace that's re-embroidered with paillettes and buttoned with wonderful jewels, and that's the original from Paris on the right. If you bought that and it's ready to wear, Valentine, you'd pay $7,000, and the Victor Costa's $550.
All right. Here is Geraldine.
You know, where a woman wears this, I like to think of across the dinner table clothes, wonderful portrait necklines.
Now look at the Givenchy on the right there. 12 G's for this. Costa $400.
Available everywhere in America. You know, we sell all the fine stores. The idea is, again, to rob from the rich and give to the poor.
Yes, very thoughtful idea of you, Victor. All right, Kimberly.
Kimberly's in a melange of fabrics, a coupe de velour and wonderful French lace. And watch Midnight Blue. It's going to be the new black for the season.
Look at this. Oh, who's on the right? Valentino, 12 grand. Most of the women in our audience have a dress very similar to the Valentino. Look at this, this knockoff, rip-off, $550. Okay, you can buy two of those.
But you know, if there are only one, this is really what fashion's all about. If there were only one, there'd be no fashion. So I have great respect for the haute couturiers in Paris.
Freeze there for a moment, if you kindly will. Okay, who's another Givenchy? 15 G's on the right, $350 for a Costa, huh? Come on, you came to the right place. Thank you. Thank you, Shalini.
Everybody's thinking party dressing, Philip. This is the time of year that there are Christmas parties and all kinds of things going on.
Oh, look at this. You can get out of a cab wearing this. And inside, too. Hold for a moment there, if you please, Kathy. Chanel, 10 G's on the right. Can you see?
And that's just for the jacket, not the dress underneath it, Chanel. Right.
Come
and that's ready to wear. That's not haute couture.
All right, Robin Hood. Thank you, Kathy. All right, Janet.
Women love black. Here, hundreds of pearls sewn one by one all around the cardigan jacket. And the idea that they're separate so you can wear a short skirt one night, pants the next, a long skirt, very versatile.
Don't show them. Oh, you showed them. I want to see if they could guess. It's a Chanel on the right. 15,000, Costa $750. And doesn't Janet flatter this garment? Well, we understand your pride, Victor. All right. Now, let's just show off some of your work here,
Right. That's
Victor.
just part of what I do. Everybody's talking the 60s. I started designing in the late 50s, and my first professional job was in 58. And now in the 60s, they're looking back to Mr. Pucci.
Yeah.
So I've taken the Pucci print, magnified it, and done it all with hand beading, op art beading on a little tank top. And I even do handbags now, Phil, so the lady has...
Look at this. They'll spot you from the air, Rhonda. Inspired sequence T-shirt. You probably think I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell them, Victor.
The idea that you take the print and you have it done in beadwork, and they're separate, so you can wear the top with a pair of trousers, and here a T-shirt in the same print but in the blues. And she's got that handbag that reminds us of the 60s, and it's all kind of a retro. A lot of these young girls, Philip, they weren't even around in the 60s. We know that.
I know. Well, you don't have to dwell on that.
Holiday.
Caitlin.
Holiday dressing.
Your Caitlin. Uh-huh.
This is my all-time bestseller.
Really?
It's loose around the body. So if she has a roll of fat where her waist used to be, this kind of hides it. And it's lined and interlined. And of course, that bow gives her a great exit making and wonderful across the dinner table.
Doesn't hurt to be a size 4 either, tell you that. Gorgeous. Thank you so much.
And that one's one of the ones you can even buy a Vogue pattern of. If you can't afford, you can go home and sew it yourself.
Marissa?
More crepe. A dinner suit, just very easy.
Smart.
Caressing the throat. Nice short skirt.
Deborah?
I love the play of the fuchsia and the red on this one, the halter dress. And what's so great about these clothes, this is American-made, the DuPont, the American original, woven into this dull satin, and they're all made in America, so we're really helping the economy by buying these clothes. And this whole group of dresses is about $200, $250, $220, something like that.
And they're going to know when you enter the room.
Red is for the holidays, boy. Happy, red hot.
Janan?
All the fury over furs, I've done some faux fur.
Faux, F-A-U-X.
It looks like mink, but it isn't. The stole's under $200. And look at the jewelry buttoning. I designed the earrings as well. And every lady can't wear tight dresses, so dresses like this really figure flatter. Kind of wrap the body. This is in a coupe de velour, red on red.
This is Erin.
Sheer at the sleeve, yet she's all covered up to hide that flabby upper arm. If that's first thing to go.
Which Erin wants you to know she doesn't have. Lourdes.
Black tie dressing. This is point de sprie, little gold dots, and then I took French lace and cut it and appliqued it all over. Sometimes you don't want to wear a long dress, but the invitation reads black tie.
This is Takimi.
Flirty dressing.
Hannah.
These are mood clothes. When you want to be noticed and you want to be sexy and pretty.
Tell you what, you're going to attract the fire trucks in this outfit. Very pretty.
And a great
Hannah.
big gift wrap bow at the back.
Elaine.
The body's in focus, and here, Duchesse satin all wrapped, and the wonderful portrait neckline that covers just enough.
Very nice.
Sarong-like. And Angie's Roman stripe, reds worked with bright holiday colors. Again, that whole feeling of a gift wrap package. Notice that great big bow at the top. These are clothes to kind of set a man's fantasy going.
Yes, right. Cheryl T.
The idea of a peignoir, a wonderful kind of pumpkin squashy color. Silk satin organza.
That is fashionable. Whoa. Kimberly.
Wonderful velvet. This velvet's loomed in America and made in America. Zip front little suit. And the idea that she can get a pair of evening trousers in burgundy. She really has 2 or 3 outfits with a long skirt.
Here's the dress that it reminds me of a dress a father would buy for his daughter when he finally recognizes that she really is a woman.
That could be, but the idea she can take that jacket off and she can be a seductress underneath.
Well, father would not approve of that. Leave the kid.
Daddy tell her to keep the jacket on, I guess.
Here come the brocades.
Yeah, I call these king ransom fabrics. I take all the holiday jewels, whether it be emeralds or sapphires, and I have these brocades especially woven for me. And then I do wonderful shapes. Everything's close to the body, everything's sheathy.
Yeah, how much for this?
I think that one's about $450.
Huh. Thank you, Kathy. It's lovely. Janet?
There's a great big turkey industry. We eat lots of turkeys at Thanksgiving, and here are the feathers put to good use afterwards.
That's very smart and very, very dramatic.
The whole idea of recycling. Notice the gold in here. Everything's kind of burnished this season and not really bright and garish.
Yeah, and if you run fast enough, you become airborne in this outfit. Thank you. That's lovely.
We're liking the clothes that kind of wrap around the body, flirt the shoulders. See how those little bows kind of perk and flirt?
They do that.
Great across the dinner table. And then, of course, the wrapped skirt gives that whole feeling of the come hither sarong from the South Seas. Rubies, a theater suit or a dinner suit in 2 parts. Great big 6-carat rubies buttoning the front. And paisley. It's one of the oldest designs known to man, woven into the brocade.
Very smart looking.
I had a lot of fun doing this one because not only is it brocade, but it's a dotted net and then some points of French lace. There's like 6 things all going on. And then the surprise little box to go with it. I think that says it all for the season, the whole feeling of mystery and fantasy.
Right. Is it heavy? It's metallic, right?
No, it's not heavy. I have all this stuff woven for me, and we weigh it, and we want it to be soft and sensuous, so when a fella like you touches it, he gets a little bit of a charge.
Very pretty. Truly is lovely. Uh-huh. Here's one your father's not going to buy for you.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I travel the country and work with my customers, and this has been a great favorite for the young girls who want to go to proms, because they dance close now, the whole reborn of tradition, and then the flirty kind of bustly back.
Huh. That is smart. Expensive looking, too. All right, Deborah, here comes fuchsia.
Dinner dressing in 6-ply crepe. Always the idea of framing the face. You know, a girl wants to be noticed. She doesn't want you just to notice her dress. Spends a lot of money on her makeup and everything. So these are just clothes to exemplify how you feel.
Very good.
And the brocades really don't have to be gold. These are metal threads in amethyst woven with the fuchsia. And then the whole nuance of that kind of whimsical bag.
This is Valerie. Am I right? Valerie, it's gorgeous. Janan, while you make your move to the runway, you had a question for Victor. Go right ahead. Let's show off this lovely garment.
Yes, is there a particular store that your products can be purchased at?
Oh, yes, they're all over America. In New York, up and down Fifth Avenue, starting at Bergdorf, Saks, Lord & Taylor, over at Bloomingdale's, and a lot of the small boutiques, even down as far as Barney's in New York and cross country.
Where can I get my size?
Yeah.
Well, I make up to... They do start in size 2, but we go all the way up to 16. Can't you wear 16?
Back here, Brian.
No, double 9.
A double what?
What is it?
Double 9.
Double 9. You can get your size, well...
We send a lot of extra fabric around for gussets on the side, and if you sew, you know, we're doing Vogue patterns now for a lot of these, and you can run in, buy almost the same fabric and pattern and run it up in your size.
Yes, don't tell me you stand there and just look pretty for a moment, if you will, please. You are Aaron. Yes.
I've often wondered...
I'm so glad you're with us today.
I'm glad I'm here, too.
Otherwise, I'll have no help at all as we make our way. Because when I talk, I'm such an insider and a knowledgeable guy about this. Not everybody in the audience will understand what I mean. That's why I'm glad you're here.
I'm not sure I understand that either. I often wondered which comes first, the fabric or the design. In other words, do you see a fabric and you say, I've got to design something for that, or does it work both ways?
It works both ways, but in a dress like this, the dress and the design came first. I'm like a baker. I always have flour on the shelf, so this kind of potange fabric is my flour.
And
so I just have it on the shelf in different colors, and I design into it.
How much?
That dress is $320.
So.
Anybody else before we go? Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, do you use the same quality materials that the top designers use?
Absolutely, yes. Why shouldn't I?
How come you're able to do this so cheap?
Well, I have my own factory, a 70,000 square foot factory in Texas where I have 200 little ladies who love me, who are sewing, and I don't have a big advertising campaign. Thank God for Donahue, or nobody'd know about me.
Do you have someone that knocks off the designs that you knock off the designers? We wanted to know.
I do, but when they knock me off, they really have to take the guts out of the dress, and it really doesn't look the same.
Yes.
Do you ever get sued?
No, I've never been sued because, you know, if there were just one in a dress, it wouldn't be fashion. These designers really want you to I have great respect for them. They really want their message carried on, and if it's $100,000 and they're advertising it so that you go and buy their perfume, they're glad to see their styles perpetuated.
Why would anybody purchase the more expensive
dresses? The big
dresses?
one, yeah, it's my question.
Well, in the haute couture, there are only 300 ladies in the whole world that buy haute couture. And
really?
Then in the pret-a-porter ready-to-wear, of course, it's a much larger thing. I think it has to do, why would anybody buy a Rolls Royce as opposed to a Ford? That's just the analogy I can draw.
We must break here, Victor. Before we do, let's tease him about the next segment. Lourdes, would you help me? We got some basic black for you. Now, let me try this. Kindly show him here. Lourdes is wearing a black velvet sheath with fake short sleeves, a lovely above-the-knee simple of line, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know this. It's lovely, and aren't you proud of your purse, huh?
Oh, yeah. I love the idea that I can do accessories to match the dress.
Now, look at this. No necklace, huh?
Just great earrings.
That's enough for you, is it? I mean, we don't want to necessarily look like a Christmas tree, even if it is the holidays.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So if you've got it, don't interrupt it.
Right.
And the accent on the earrings, well, what do we think about this? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we'll be back to show you more black and lots of other things with Victor Costa in just a moment. I thank you, gorgeous.
There's something about the power of the moon I just can't explain, but I feel it instinctively. That's part of its mystique.
Andy McDowell on the power of Luna Mystique.
When it touches me, it's as if the power of the moon is mine. Who can explain Luna Mystique? All I can tell you is if the moon can move an entire ocean, imagine what it can do for you.
Possess the power. Luna Mystique, the fragrance.
Hey, homemade bread.
That's for the bake sale.
Be great with country crock.
That would be great for the bake sale.
But country crock tastes so rich and buttery.
Hey.
Your bread deserves that delicious taste, melting into every bite.
Oh, brother.
And it has fewer calories.
Right.
And no cholesterol.
Okay. This one's for country crock.
Alone at last.
Maybe we should take country crock to the bake sale.
No. Let's stay here and loaf around.
Come taste the country. Rich and buttery, but with fewer calories and no cholesterol. Shed Spread Country Crock. The taste of the country.
Such a lovely card. And what beautiful wrapping. Oh. Beautiful wrapping.
You can't go wrong shopping for holiday low prices at Drug Emporium. Gifts of Prince Machiavelli Luna Mystic Eau de Parfum Spray, a quarter ounce, only $3.72. All Prince Machiavelli fragrances are at everyday low prices from Drug Emporium.
Leesburg, Virginia, this is American as baseball and apple pie. But when it comes to soup, people have taken a real liking to Progresso, whose minestrone is as rich in homemade flavor as it is in Italian tradition. And while it's true that no one will ever mistake Leesburg for Rome, the locals seem extremely comfortable doing as the Romans do. Progresso, rich in tradition and other good things.
Look how pretty that is. Lourdes, would you kindly make your entrance again in this lovely garment that we took a peek at just prior to our break? Lourdes leads the line of lovely and talented models in the creations of Victor Costa. And here we are, once again, black. Tell us.
Well, Lourdes is in black velvet, and if you haven't tried black velvet, you should. It takes off 10 pounds. And here's a coupe de velour. Again, the idea that the body's totally covered up, because we all know that at a certain age, where the waist used to be, there's a roll of fat, the upper arm goes. So I'm trying to perpetuate dressing that customer and have her in the glamour. You can notice that her dress is a little bit looser for that customer, and then we have all out and out draped glamour with French lace. They like it. And by the way, those little pleats that you see aren't done on a machine. In my factory, a little lady pins each one of those and drapes them on the bias, swoops up the hip, and it looks like she's doing it over her black lace slip. But the whole idea is fantasy, and of course the word sensual and sex has to come into fashion.
That was Hannah, and this is Elaine. You like this?
Very, very easy.
Yeah. What'd you say about weight and velvet?
Because velvet doesn't reflect the light, it takes 10 pounds off of you. So go into a fitting room and try on a black velvet dress.
Wow.
You'll never feel thinner.
You just sold a
Absolutely.
lot of velvet, I'll tell you. Angie, let's see this gorgeous strapless.
I've known Angie since she was a little girl, but she's all grown up now.
Yeah. Tell them how old Angie is if you don't.
17. Her father and mother
Angie,
were
we're
both
gonna see a lot
professional
more of
models, so
Angie.
she learned the hard way.
Yes, Geraldine.
This is actually strips of very narrow lace, and I'm kind of a crazy man. I don't care how much labor I put into the garment. What I care about is achieving the effect, and these are just one layer on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, to make this slip dress kind of exciting, give the feeling of fringe, but done in lace.
Isn't this lovely? Look at the black ensemble here. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Yes. Hold it. Yeah.
Don't the designers say the same thing about you and your materials, that they don't hang the same way as their garments do?
I don't really think that the haute couturiers, they're so hollow, they don't really care about me. they like the idea that I'm interpreting what they do, but they're not, they really don't care.
What's your opinion on black in a bridal party or for mothers of the bride?
It's funny you should ask. I've always been against it, and my niece got married recently, and I had to do my first all-black wedding, and I really didn't like doing it, but it just seems to be different enough that girls are doing it. I grew up, I'm a young Italian, as a young Italian boy in Houston, where you only wore black to funerals, and you got dressed up for weddings, so it's really, you know,
They're
I'm
wearing
kind of old
black
and
at
set in my
weddings?
ways. Yes, sir.
Why don't I know this? I know everything. The bride? No.
Bride wears white, everybody
Pick
else
up
wears black.
any bridal magazine. I do have a bridal line, and I'm forced to cut every bridesmaid's dress in black. It drives me crazy.
Hi, do you have a mail order catalog, and how would you acquire one?
Oh, but you are into,
Every store has a catalog. If you pick up a Bergdorf catalog, I'm usually in it. I'm always in the Saks catalog. I'm in Harchow this month. A lot of the ladies order from the catalog that are in villages that don't have stores.
How'd you learn to interpret so well? I mean, it's incredible the way you do it.
Well, he copies it.
Well, I was a fantasy child. We were very poor, and I always looked at magazines and always said, I'm going to be a fashion designer, and I'm going to go to Paris. And sure enough, that's what I did. And my first job at Susie Perrette in 1960, that's what they did. They took me to Paris, and I had to become like a human camera and look at things on the runway. And it wasn't against the law then or being sued, because you paid to get into Dior or Saint Laurent. You paid for the right of seeing those clothes and being inspired and copying them.
Let us continue. Kimberly, please step forward in your lovely Victor Costa creation, which he is unabashedly acknowledging to be a send-up and a rip-off of some of the most expensive ideas and designs in the world for a much cheaper price.
Last year I went to Paris 9 times, and I bring back French laces like this. I have them dyed in my colors. We call that aubergine. This is a French taffeta that's done in chandeliers, and then I took and enlarged from there and hung 3-dimensional tassels. As she turns, you'll see that those actually tremble as she walks and are 3-dimensional. And the idea that she looks like she's wearing a slip, and then you take that iridescent chiffon and you swoop it and drape it around the body is kind of nice.
It is nice.
Women love covered-ups because there's always a cold breeze or a blast of air conditioning. And here's really what I do the best. When I bought this original piece of French lace in Paris, I paid... At retail, I paid like $700 a yard, and I take American black lace, and I take some ribbon, and we scroll it on the machine just like the Frenchmen do, and put the paillette, and we achieve the same effect. You ask about wedding clothes before. This is how I'd like to see my young mother of the bride or groom looking. She's covered up, she's pretty for church.
You want mother off the shoulder?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, I'm asking now, come on.
Philip, a lot of the weddings, even in the Catholic Church, they're allowing strapless dresses to go down the aisle for the brides and bridesmaids. It's a different world, Philip.
I'll tell you this. Thank you, boy. You do look great, and we should remind you that almost all of these ideas are party ideas, party dresses for the holiday season. You really do? Come on, it's about time you got out here and helped me. I can't, handle this all by myself.
What I wanted to ask was, how do you feel about other designers copying copying your style.
I think it's a great compliment if they really think enough of me to copy what I do.
Yeah.
It just kind of validates what I do.
Now, this young man is wearing a basic sport coat and
Hard Rock
Cafe.
I was wondering, do you do men's designs?
No, not yet. I'm really not interested in men's clothes.
Yeah. How you doing?
For some unknown reason.
All right. I always like to know is the stones that you use, like the cultured pearls, are they synthetic or they're real?
The pearls.
The pearls, are they real?
No, the pearls are man-made and synthetic. There are no real jewels on the clothes.
Yeah.
Are you doing any career or better sportswear?
We have some surprises for you a little bit later in the segment to show you what you can wear to work, maybe.
You're going to love this. Black plus color. Rhonda?
I do a lot of black and always the bright color that is anchored by the black. Here. This kind of lifted waistline is called empire, and you better watch it because I was just in Paris 3 weeks ago, and every major collection had these high-shaped clothes.
Caitlin? Hey there, good looking. Look at this here.
Look particularly at the jewel work on those cuffs. There are great big three-dimensional rubies and diamonds and sapphires and all cut in the shapes, and then the fleur-de-lis detail. And the entire thing is all pailleted, which are little tiny sequins all sewn one by one over the entire jacket and the sheath skirt.
Charissa with a similar but different design.
And this is a crepe, and the beading is done by hand. And the beading is appliqued on the crepe. The beading is done, and then we actually hand sew the design onto the fabric. And I love outfits like this because those jackets are collector's items. You can do it with a pair of trousers or a long skirt and really enlarge your wardrobe.
Deborah.
Little tank top slip dress close to the body, and then romance with those great big brooches that are hand sewn and appliqued, topazes, rubies, sapphires, and stars, all in the different shapes.
How much they want to know?
How much for that one? About $400, I think.
$400. And here we are off the shoulder once again.
The little girl look. Again, for proms, these girls are coming in and they want black dresses. And these are the kind of things I give them. I try to give them a little bit of a little girl with a great big pussycat bow at the back and draping it in kind of a bubblegum pink.
You say the young women want black. Is that what you're saying?
They want to go to their proms in black. They want to feel grown up.
Here's the
portrait collar and surplice wrap. And again, it's that empire line that lifts, makes you look real skinny. And notice the handbag all appliqued with the French lace and the bit of jet beading.
Boy, isn't this good-looking material. We're in New York City with Victor Costa, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Do you have bills mounting up? Have the banks turned you down for bad credit, no credit, or you're self-employed? Could you find a good use for $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 or more? If you answered yes and need to borrow at least $10,000, First Security Mortgage can help you get the money you need fast. All you need is to own your own home, have equity in that home, and be regularly employed. Borrowing money is easier at First. First Security Mortgage. Call us now at 448-1050, 448-1050.
One of the things that stands out in my memory is a woman who lost about 80 pounds. And I can remember her daughter coming in and, you know, with tears rolling down her face, said to me, "Thank you so much for giving me such a beautiful mother." I get emotional when I think about it.
Announcing our holiday special. Now two can join for only a $99 service fee. Call 1-800-76-JENNY.
I don't know how the guy does it. See, I shopped for the family at TJ Maxx and I made out like a bandit. You gotta love a store with prices like theirs. Because if you only buy the best, like me, you could spend a real bundle somewhere else. Look, I'm no millionaire. But for a little while, when they open the presents, I'm gonna feel like one. You know what I mean?
Hi, I'm Larry Robinson from the Antwerp Diamond Center.
High-quality diamonds can be purchased at low prices. I've made it possible at the Antwerp Diamond Center, because the Antwerp Diamond Center is co-owner of a Venezuelan diamond mine and an Antwerp, Belgium diamond cutting firm. You'll see jewelry I'd like my family to wear. Gorgeous gems, really gorgeous, bearing my personal unconditional 6-month money-back guarantee. High-quality diamonds at low prices, nice, knowledgeable salespeople. Come see my new Antwerp Diamond Center, Landmark and Tyson's Corner.
If wholesale prices are down, why are you still paying more at the pump? Is the industry taking advantage of the Persian Gulf crisis? Consumer 9 investigates why you may be pumping out more dollars than gas. Monday on Eyewitness News at 4 on the one and only Channel 9.
Through the eyes of Channel 9's cameras, a special look at Washington's spirit of Christmas. The pictures of the stories, the sounds, your host. The sights and sounds of Christmas, our gift to you. Friday at 9 on Channel 9.
To be part of the audience, please send a postcard to Donahue Tickets, care of NBC, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10112. Remember, postcards only, please.
You find my leathers here. All right, Victor Costa joins us with the copycat designs that have made him famous and brought so much haute couture, otherwise expensive garments to, how shall we say, those who are normal and live among us and are not surrounded by riches. Who's first? Angie.
This is a whole group, Philip, to tickle his fancy, so to speak. Wonderful jeweled toned velvet. And those are coke feathers or turkey feathers. Thank God for Thanksgiving.
And when he nibbles on your neck, he's gonna sneeze in your ear. I'm promising you that.
And that dress
is pretty.
That
That's
dress
lovely.
is $400.
$400. Okay, Geraldine. Here we go.
In a burgundy mood, the coke feathers drip over the shoulder. And burgundy worked with Byzantine gold. Somebody asked about catalogs before. This is in I. Magnon's catalog on the West Coast. Comes in emerald and in this wonderful color we call rouge for Christmas.
This is Tequila.
Bright red. And notice the romance of the roses worked with the feathers.
Nice catch. Nice catch. Smooth as you get on live television, I'll tell you that.
And that...
Yes.
And this is another $400 one. That red one was a $400. So you really don't have to break the bank to have this whole feeling of black tie gala dressing for a ball. And this velvet has been crushed and then printed so that it's very subtle. And they're the natural coke feathers.
And here are your basic next-door neighbors dropping in for a surprise visit.
This
Fabulous.
is taffeta that's striped in an ottoman feeling, and then I've worked the burgundy kind of feathers with the black and tipped them for that shine to give them kind of a caviar mood.
Right. We got lots of questions in the audience. Pardon me, Victor, but I want to show the garments, but I want to get this audience into.
Let's go.
Kindly, let's see this next one here. These are pretty. Please. Have we got gold here, or do my eyes deceive?
This is gold, brocade, but very subtle. And the mink is not real. It looks real, doesn't it? Kind of a faux vissant. I'm very proud of all the jeweled buttons. We work very hard to make them look very costly, but they don't break the bank. In fact, that whole thing is like $350. The Midas touch. Row upon row of lace. It gives the feeling of fringe, and it moves when she walks. That's what I like. I like when a woman enters a room, she gets all the attention, all the focus. I want her to get her money's worth.
Yeah. Well, she's going to have a lot of money, because in order to wear that dress, you can't eat for a year. Just think about... Yes.
We showed the pearl jacket earlier, and this is part of that group. Shorter jacket, edged with thousands of little man-made pearls, but they're all sewn on by hand. And the idea is that they're separates, that you can do it with trousers or a long skirt, and I give you all those options.
Pretty.
And then the T-shirt grown long. And notice how that's cut in the back. We call that a fishtail in the back, so you don't always have to have a big vulgar split and show lots of leg. You can be very ladylike and still walk beautifully.
And you can also bend over for some hors d'oeuvres in this garment. Yes, truly, it looks like a garment that would be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, she doesn't have any even buttons or snaps or, she doesn't, you know what I mean?
The great thing about these clothes is you just put them on, zip them up, and put a pair of earrings in your black shoe, and you're on the go, and they are comfortable.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you.
I have a question about the upkeep of all your gowns. I noticed that you have a lot of beadwork, you have a lot of jewel work, a lot of feathers.
Upkeep.
I mean, just go to your neighborhood cleaners?
We don't have a great problem like that with that because we test almost everything. We give care instructions on how to do it. The feathers take cleaning beautifully. The fake mink takes beauty, and the pearls, it all works.
Yes, I noticed that except for the gowns, everything is above the knee. Do you foresee the hemlines dropping?
I really don't. I think that women are going to just keep showing us those gorgeous legs, and I'm glad.
I've noticed that all of your models are very tall and thin. Have you ever thought of having a more average-sized model so we could get a normal picture?
Come on, Victor. Start a new trend, Victor.
There are a whole retinue of ladies out there who are not real tall but are in proportion, and these clothes look great on them. Unfortunately, when you do a fashion show, you would look kind of odd if one came out short and one came out tall, so you like the continuity of a clothes hanger. They're the equivalent of a clothes hanger. That's all they are.
We have a number of other questions in our clothes hanger.
Ooh.
A very lovely clothes hanger with much nicer curves. But we do have other garments we want to show you, and I'll give you an opportunity to question Mr. Costa, as well as those of you in the cheap seats back there. We hope you can see very well. We want you in our fashion show today, and we'll be back with a holiday party idea or two for you in just a moment.
Did you hear? Kraft Touch of Butter spread now comes in sticks, so your baking and cooking can have that genuine buttery taste. New Kraft Touch of Butter sticks are made with creamy butter. A touch of real butter makes a real difference.
A little cheddar makes plain chili taste better. But take the cheddar cheese away. Hey. So add a little cheddar cheese and add a lot of taste. Yeah, cheese makes all the difference.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, there's something you should know. Some insurance companies are quick to offer a settlement in their own best interest. Now, before you sign something you don't understand, call the Injury Helpline. Talk to an attorney near you for free, one who will explain your legal rights and costs. There are no attorney fees unless you receive payment for your injuries. The insurance companies have attorneys working hard on their side, and so should you. Call 1-800-543-6111.
Used to be at the first sign of flu, I'd give the family my chicken soup. But now, the first thing I give them is acylococcinum. Harder to pronounce. But just like chicken soup, it's made with natural ingredients. And folks are finding out just how effective it is against chills, aches, and fever. Acylococcinum, strong enough for adults, but safe enough for kids, with no side effects. It's the first thing I give everyone at the first sign of flu. Although the second thing is still my chicken soup.
Sure, Quaker Natural tastes great for breakfast, but I can't always wait till breakfast.
Don't wait for the taste of Quaker Natural. It tastes too good for breakfast alone. Swirl it in yogurt, pour it on fruit, top it on top of an ice cream cone.
Quaker 100% natural. How can you wait for all those crunchy clusters of oats and honey, almonds and raisins?
I can't.
Don't wait for the taste of Quaker Natural.
If you're looking for a new career opportunity, listen to this. There's never been a better time to be a computer repair technician like me. We're really in demand and we make good money. The National Education Center is now offering a course to train you as a computer repair technician. Call now for a copy of this brochure. This could be your chance of a lifetime.
For a brochure, call 1-800-722-7337. That's 1-800-722-7337.
see that? That's from the beginning of our program. Maybe if we have time, we can show you just some still stores of you do? Show them, Brian, if you join us late. Here's Victor Costa's ripoff. Look at this Valentino on the right for 7 G's. The Costa recreation is $550. You got another one? Whatever you got, we'll look at. Givenchy on the right, $12,000. Costa on the left, $400. What's the difference? Come on. With apologies to Givenchy. Valentino, $12,000. Costa, $550. And it is really the same construction, same look. Looky here. Givenchy, $15,000. You know, this is the kind of garment that your neighbor's always wearing, you know, to the Tupperware party. Chanel on the right for 10 G's, Costa on the left for $600. That's interesting, isn't it? Yes, ma'am, with lots of garments yet to show you. Here's another one, Chanel at 10, Costa 600. Hello.
I was wondering, did you study in this country fashion design or in Paris?
No, I started sewing at age 11. I had my own sewing machine, and that's part of what's in the next segment, because I'd go to the sewing counter and buy a Vogue pattern or a Paris original pattern and try to change it to make it look like what I'd just seen in the stores. Yes. And so now if you go to the pattern store, you see a big catalog, and this month on the cover is Victor Costa and his patterns, and I'm so excited about it. We're going to show you some of those
dresses
right now.
And we're going to show them, but I'm also getting nudged back here. We've got lots of wisdom in this house.
Who do you think is the most influential European designer?
The most influential European designer is Yves Saint Laurent. And I went to school with him in 1958. We sat next to each other, 57, 58. He was such a shy little boy, and now he's influencing the whole world. It's absolutely incredible to me.
Okay, show off, Victor. What do you got coming up here?
These are things that you can go into your piece goods store and buy the pattern of this and buy 3.5 yards of taffeta and make this wonderful portrait collar.
Deborah.
And if you remember Imitation of Life, Lana Turner wore this in that movie, and that was my inspiration. And then you can buy the pattern of the sheath skirt, and it tells you how to overlay the lace and how to take plain lace and do the scrolling on it. And here's the little sheath dress that you can buy the pattern of. It comes with the bow. Remember, we showed it earlier in red with the bow with short sleeve. And so for the lady who's in India or any part of the world or Oshkosh can go and buy these and make these.
Oh, Here they like, hey, we're scoring big with this sequence here. Isn't this lovely? And I made this myself.
And it's not just the poor ladies who are sewing. Sewing is therapy. And the executive woman who's so harassed during the day, she doesn't have a hot date at night, you'll find her at her local sewing machine.
Right. Yes. Yes, sir, I don't want to ignore you. Since you are so stylishly dressed, you obviously take 230 shows a year. You pick this one to come to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you designed for any specific people or celebrities.
Oh,
yes. He does.
Yes. I think that if you turn on any television show, they use these clothes that you're seeing as characters, like All My Children and any of the soap operas. They have the studios like NBC have a person who go to the stores and buy, and they buy Victor's 20 and 30 a clip, so you'll see Joan Collins or Emma Sands or Donna Mills or any of those in my clothes.
Hi, this is Holiday 1990. What would change in 1991?
That's
Do the
what
colors
I want to know,
change?
so you're not stuck with a closet full of stuff, you
That's
mean?
right. Is it just black and white? Would the colors change?
Well, I'm not a fortune teller, and since I'm a copyist, I have to copy what they're going to be showing in those times.
You really are led. Please, let's see this. You're going to love this. Here is what will get you a cab if you're just standing there. Aren't you nice and pretty?
This is a whole collection of suits that I've designed for the ladies who want to be covered up, who want to wear suits during the day to luncheons. And that'll be our first Saks Fifth Avenue. Tailleur is the French word for suit. That'll be our first ad February 13th, 1991.
There's the Ottoman suit, am I right?
Yeah, but it's overlaid with really heavy, crunchy cotton guipure lace to kind of romanticize it. Ladies are getting married, you know, second and third time around, and suits like this are great for second weddings.
Look at this smart. Oh, I'll tell you this. Are you a classy working woman? Or...
And look at the hand-done, great big bound buttonhole detailing in a suit like that's $340.
Right. Now, these are all patterns? Is that? Do I understand?
No, these are from the new suit line for spring.
Sorry. Straighten it out.
That a stunning hat. Thank you, Dolores. This is a vanilla, edged with jet, and those bound buttonholes. The dressmaker detailing in the suits.
We're hurrying.
Long, long jackets. You don't have to wear that little pleated skirt. You can take it off and have your leggings or your catsuit underneath. The whole feeling that a jacket can do double duty.
Takemi is here with a toast and white striped satin suit with U neckline. Probably want to know why I know that.
Overlaid with lace. And I've even put boning in this one so that when you are wearing it, makes you stand up straight and be very kind of model-like.
Hannah?
And look at the back of that. You remember Miss Scarlett with her pulling those lacings to make her waist smaller? I've done that little grommet trick in the back so that you can lace the back and let it out if you've had too much to eat.
Elaine?
Italian fabric, candy stripes, silken wool. And instead of buttons, I've done these cocards down the front, little bows that give it a little bit of a dressmaker detail. And that's the end of the Victor Costa suit group that we're showing you.
And here is Geraldine, soft pink crepe.
Probably the greatest thrill of my life was when Christian Dior came to me and asked me to design and manufacture all Christian Dior dresses in America. And I wanted to show you a few of these. These are a little more expensive than the Victor Costa dresses, and they're under just the Christian Dior label. And it gives me great satisfaction to be able to make a dress and put a Christian Dior label in it.
Wow. You're going to, you may be obliged to call a few touchdowns with that. That's very, very attractive, must say. And we're in New York City with still more garments to show you. Did you have a question before we break here? I want to...
Yes. How far do you have to be behind the originals? Do you have to be a certain amount of time behind the originals?
No, no, no. As soon as the picture runs on Elsa Clinch or runs in the New York Times or runs in Women's Wear...
You're ripping it off.
I'm ripping it off.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Doctors say that safe, healthy weight loss requires a total approach. A program with proper nutrition, behavior modification, activity, and maintenance as the essential elements. Leave anything out and you may be taking a chance. Why take chances when Nutrisystem offers a complete program with real food and personal service and has for 20 years? There's a right way to lose weight. If you'd like to know more, call Nutrisystem.
If you're a homeowner who needs money for any reason, then you need to call First Government Mortgage, because we're helping homeowners who need a home equity loan no matter what the reason, whether it's consolidating your bills, improving your home, or helping avoid foreclosure. First Government offers low fixed rates and 24-hour approval on most loans, regardless of your credit history. We even come to your home evenings or weekends. Call 731-6333 and see how our family can help your family. First Government Mortgage.
Groovy, man.
Do the hustle. Throughout the years, your tastes may change.
Go for it.
But there's still one taste that never changes. Neato! TV time popcorn, original or microwave. Popcorn that tastes like popcorn used to.
Surrender to the music of the night.
The power of the music of the night.
The music of Andrew Lloyd Webber. A spectacular theatrical concert. From Evita, Cats, Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera. The music of Andrew Lloyd
Beginning tomorrow for 3 glorious weeks at the National Theater. Act now for tickets. Call Telecharge 1-800-233-3123.
Find the letter O.
This is Big Bird's Hide and Speak. It's the first talking game on the Nintendo Entertainment System for preschoolers.
Wow, you found O.
Big Bird actually talks and plays 6 exciting games.
Make the word fun.
So your kids can learn and have fun doing it.
Great.
Big Bird's Hide and Speak, the talking game from High Tech Expressions, who brought you Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, and ABC. A family of Nintendo games.
That's a real Yves Saint Laurent right there. Look at this garment, 25 G's. Look at the guy in the lower right corner of the screen. You know, we can only speculate on what he's thinking about. I don't know if he's thinking about the price or the, but $25,000 for one dress, and it didn't have a whole lot of material.
No, barely covered her, didn't it?
May I ask you to just allow these young women to show off your creations, Victor, while we take some long overdue questions from this very patient audience.
You're going to see lots of pretty clothes, and we're going to answer questions while you look.
Are your designs, can we purchase them up in the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania area?
Yes, you can.
Well, they're in Pennsylvania, there are lots of stores that carry Victor Costa. There's Strawbridge and Clothier in Philadelphia, Nan Duskin in Philadelphia.
Over here, Victor. Yes.
I would like to know if you also design the hats that the models have wear.
Yes.
Yes.
In most instances, I design everything that's on the runway.
Wow,
Hi.
look at this. Wait a minute. Take a look, Brian. Woo.
And that dress is only like $500 or $450, that black and white one.
Look at this. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'd like to know, in the material that you use, are you still using the shoulder pads in the suits? And
They're getting smaller and more rounded and more natural, but women aren't going to give them up totally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was looking earlier in the show, you said that you designed some of the earrings.
Right.
Do you copy any famous jewelry designers?
Well, actually, what I try to do when I'm copying the dress, I try to copy the earrings that they showed with the dress.
Yeah. You like this too, don't you? You like this? Here comes Miss Velvet. Is this Velvet?
That's velvet and hand beating, and the grapes are made of leather.
Now, that's off both shoulders. Here's off one shoulder.
Give him the old cold shoulder.
Uh-huh. Not so cold looking, may we say. Now here come Mr. and Mrs. Average Next Door Neighbor once again.
Out for a holiday party.
Yes, looking fabulous. Looking fabulous.
This whole next group is so sensational. That one, this one, the full skirts, the T-shirts, the pants, they all work
come
together.
down here and let these folks see this lovely garment. That is pretty, isn't it?
You can put them together any way you choose.
Yes, sir. You're allowed to ask a question.
Yes. Mr. Costa mentioned that the beads were hand-sewn. Does it really make any difference if they're machine-sewn or glued on or whatever?
Well, a lot of the less expensive dresses are put on with like a chain stitch, and if one falls off, they all fall off. So, yeah, it does matter.
Well, looky here. Yellow and black. Uh-huh. Oh, yes, yes. You'll light your own way with that garment. I think can we see this one more? Kindly step forward, if you will, and we'll take one last look at this.
This is all a part of the international ethnics, and the world is shrinking. We're getting ideas quickly from all parts of the world.
And we are in New York City with Victor Costa, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Remember the pancakes we had last Sunday?
How can I forget them? They're still here.
From today on, I'm making Bisquick pancakes. They're light, fluffy, and Bisquick doesn't have cholesterol. What do you think about that?
I think I love you.
Bisquick makes today's pancakes.
Presenting Art Made Easy. New Pillsbury Swirl Frosting. The fudge swirl packet makes it easy. So easy to turn a cake into art.
Better yet, it's art you can eat. Nothing says lovin' like my new swirl frosting.
You know, football's a pretty rough game. And unfortunately, most of the injuries that happen can't be avoided. But off the field, that's a different story. Don't let an unnecessary accident put you on the sidelines. Get help. Call a lawyer.
Cohen, Dwin, and Garfield help people who've been injured in an accident. Call 445-3311. They're in your corner.
Nothing beats the smell of a new toy. And Lionel Kitty City has over 18,000 great-smelling toys at the lowest prices of any toy store. Why smell anywhere else?
For the thrill of racing, nothing beats Tyco. This week, save $5 on every Tyco race set, including zero-gravity cliffhangers, race and chase, and many others. Take $5 off Lionel Kitty City's already low prices on every Tyco race set in stock. For a big selection at the guaranteed lowest prices, you can't beat the city.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, what are you eating?
Pancakes?
That golden syrup dripping everywhere looks really delicious.
You can't have any.
I bet it's as rich as it looks, huh?
You can't have any.
Log cabin syrup's my favorite.
Mine too.
How's it taste?
I thought you said it was your favorite.
It is.
Then you should know how it tastes.
Remind me.
Okay. Delicious.
Log Cabin, irresistible maple flavor for more than 100 years.
When you miss a week, you miss a lot. So come back to Marshall's and see what's hot.
It's the biggest athletic shoe event in Marshall's history. Save 33 to 60% on the hottest brand names and styles. For women, just $19.99. Men's high tops, cross trainers, and more, $29.99. All the coolest names for kids, $19.99. And now take an additional 25% off every jog suit in the store.
Marshall's, when you miss a week, you miss a lot.
For a transcript of today's show, send $3 to Donahue Transcript, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 1007, or call 212-227-READ.
Our fashion show with Victor Costa's Creations concludes with this lovely expression of virginity on a young woman's wedding day. Will the bride kindly step forward?
As I said, I grew up going to weddings and now have a bridal line, so it's such a...
To kindly step forward with these Victor Costa Creations, the fashion world's #1 ripoff artist is pleased to show off for you stunningly accurate copies of some of the most expensive garments in the world. And we wanted to give you this opportunity to ask, to look over what might be good for you this holiday season. Yeah, we got time for one more here. Yes.
Are the prices you're quoting the actual retail cost, or is there a markup in some stores, like, say, Saks or something like that?
Very, very little. It's almost standardized.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights.
Kids just pop in the colored pegs to create favorite characters or their own light pictures. Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Scrabble, America's good time game. Yeah, it's Scrabble, America's good time
From Milton
game.
Bradley. For the perfect weekend and the perfect frequent stay program, check into the new Drake, the only Swiss hotel on Park Avenue.